and welcome back to my channel. So a couple months ago I did a video on dishwasher hacks, and in that video I promised that I would do a part 2 on hand washing dishes and different tips and tricks and strategies you can follow. So that is what I am here today to do. I did a poll over on my Instagram stories and 40% of you said that you don't use a dishwasher at all, and I'm willing to guess 100% of us hand wash our dishes at least part of the time. So my goal is to teach you at least 1 or 2 cool new tricks that you have never heard before. And make sure you are following me over on Instagram. If you're not yet following me, I'm going to be giving away all of my dishwashing favorites this week on my stories, so make sure you are watching my stories. We have a lot of fun over there. Starting with a mistake that you may be making, and this is something that I see recommended all the time, and I'm like, no, don't do it. And that is soaking your dishes. You actually do not want to do this. In fact, it's doing the opposite of what you want. It's making your dishes dirtier. That warm, soapy water is a breeding ground for bacteria. So instead of soaking your dishes, what I like to do is sort them and pre-organize them, because it's gonna make the dishwashing process faster. So I like to set aside a cup and put all of the dirty silverware in that cup, just so those are all sorted together. I stack plates and stack bowls as you're putting them in the sink. So when it comes time to get washing, they're all pre-sorted and I could get through them faster. So in general, the best practice is to clean as you cook or clean your dishes right away, but that's not always gonna happen. It's not always practical. So if you do have to set your dishes aside in the sink, just stack and don't soak. Now, something else you may not know, there is a correct order to wash your dishes. If you have a sink full of dishes, what you want to do, the strategy, the plan of attack, is you want to clean your dishes from the cleanest to the dirtiest. So start with the cleanest items. Usually that's going to be your glasses, your cups. This is ensuring that grease is not going to get transferred, and just to minimize the risk of cross-contamination. Based on what you've been cooking, based on how things are looking, you start with your cleanest and then you work your way to your dirtiest. Usually those are going to be your saucepan, your cast iron skillet, things like that. Next up, you want to get all your tools together and situated, and I'll share kind of what I use and how I have my sink area organized and set up. So this is my sink caddy. I am obsessed with this. It just is perfection. It has everything I need. It's stainless steel, rust proof, but this is how I have everything set up. One thing I randomly feel really strongly about is I switched over to the Dawn foaming soap. You guys, it is so good. It says that it's 5 times more powerful than the regular Dawn dish liquid. And you know what? I believe it. Aesthetically and cost-wise, I don't love the single-use soap dispenser. I just got this one to show you. What I do is I got the glass refillable foam dispenser, and then you can get the foaming Dawn dish liquid and refill it. This is gonna save you money, and it looks a lot better on my countertop. This came in a pack of 2, so this is for the dish soap, and then this one I use for the hand soap. Another one of my favorite tools that saves me so much time when cleaning my silverware is this brush right here. It is a double-sided silverware cleaning brush. So you just pop your forks, your knife, your spoon in here, and it cleans both sides at the same time. So love this guy. And again, it just makes cleaning your silverware so much easier. So I have this sitting on the side of my little sink caddy. Another thing I don't recommend when it comes to washing your dishes are regular sponges, okay? Those are breeding grounds for bacteria. They have the crevices, they're moist, they're warm, and even if you're doing a good job cleaning it regularly, chances are that thing is still pretty nasty, okay? There are just better tools out there now that I personally would go for. So even a regular dish brush is less prone to harboring the bacteria. Better yet, you can go for the silicone brushes. My favorite tool of all. I have been using these now for 2 years, okay? People might think they're ridiculous. You might laugh at me. They're dish gloves that have the scrubber built into them. They are silicone, so they're bacteria resistant. They also protect my hands for 2 reasons. I usually have my nails done, so it's protecting my nails, and it's also protecting my hands from getting dried out using that warm or hot water constantly. I also have like a weird thing. I do not like touching anything gross, so I like my hands protected, and the fact that it has the scrubber built into it, to me, it's just genius. The other thing about these gloves that I want to point out is that you can wear them backwards, so you don't have to use the scrubbing side if you don't want to, depending on what you're doing. And of course, we can't forget my special sink cleaning brush. This actually sits on the side of the sink. I use the bottom scraper to push any food scraps into the disposal, and then the brush to actually scrub and clean the sink. And I like just having a separate brush for cleaning the sink. In terms of drying your dishes, it is more sanitary to air dry than to use a towel. The kitchen towels that you have lying around, those can also have germs and bacteria on them. But also, if your dishes are not completely 100% dry and they're still damp and then you put them back, bacteria. You see a theme here. So if you can air dry, that is the best option. I know the downside with drying racks is they can take up counter space. So I have loved this roll-up drying rack I've used also for years, because you can roll it and dry your dishes over the sink. So if there is any drippage, it drips right into the sink and then it rolls away for compact storage. So really convenient. One thing I forgot to mention, you have more control with this glove if you just wear it on your dominant hand and not on both hands. So now let's talk about things that should not go in the dishwasher and you should always wash by hand, and then how to clean those things. First and foremost, your cast iron skillet. We're big fans of the cast iron skillet over here. We like to grill our steaks, vegetables. So cast iron skillets are kind of like meat, like they need special care. You want to clean it right away while the pan is still warm, not hot, just warm. Run it under hot water, and you do not want to use soap on your cast iron skillet. They're seasoned perfectly. The soap is gonna ruin it. If there is any stuck on food that you can't get off with a brush alone, you can use a pan scraper. You know I love my scraper, and their original purpose, their actual purpose, is to scrape things off your pan gently. The other thing you can do is use kosher salt and use that as an abrasive to clean off your cast iron. Then you want to pat it dry and rub in a layer of vegetable oil just to keep it nice and seasoned and ready to go. Next up, your sharp knives, your good knives, your steak knives. You want to be washing those by hand and not in the dishwasher. So I use this tool for my knives, but if you do have any knives that are rusted for whatever reason, a great way to remove that rust is using steel wool. Next things you do not want to wash in the dishwasher, and instead by hand, any crystal or nice specialty glassware, your wooden utensils, anything that says hand wash only, obviously. All of your insulated tumblers, you guys know I love my BrewMate mug. This has to be hand washed. Now let's talk about our pots and pans. Non-stick pots and pans, stainless steel, enamel, ceramic, all your pots and pans. But one thing I do want to say, if you do use non-stick cookware, I would try to avoid the Teflon and the PTFE chemicals. There are some very bad cancer-causing chemicals that can be in some non-stick cookware. We switched over to, I think it's called green pan. That is one thing I would just say, make the investment in higher quality non-stick cookware that's not gonna load you up with chemicals. And also, regardless of the pan you're cooking on, make sure you're using the right oils with a high enough smoke point. I now like to use avocado oil for almost everything because it has a high smoke point. It's also a great oil. It's just gonna help preserve the life of your pan and also is better for you. For cleaning your pots and pans, the big rule that you wanna follow is clean them as soon as you can, sooner rather than later. And even if your pots and pans say that they're dishwasher safe, they will last much longer if you wash them by hand. So I just like to wash all of our pots and pans by hand regardless. You want to let your pan come down to room temperature before you wash it, and you want to use a soft bristle brush, nothing too harsh and abrasive. We're not using steel wool. I like using this silicone brush, and if you do have any food or residue stuck on there, again, get your friend the pan scraper. Just scrape it right off. The other thing about your pots and pans is you really want to store them with care. Don't want to stack them on top of each other. That again could damage them, it could degrade the coating. So if you do stack them, put a towel in between, or use the pan rack that I have talked about for literally 5 years. I love this thing. Now let's talk about one of the biggest annoyances, and that is burnt on, caked on food on your pots and pans that you just cannot get rid of. So there's a lot of different methods I saw out there, and I tested a few, and the one that I think works best, so whatever type of pan it is, you want to put it on the stovetop and add water to the pan. So fill it with water and let that water come to a full boil. Once it comes to a boil, add 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Then give everything a good stir, and after a few minutes of letting that simmer, get a wooden spoon and use the wooden spoon to gently scrape off those burnt bits from the bottom of the pan. Another thing I have to mention is don't forget to clean your cleaning tools. There is nothing to me that grosses me out more than using a dirty brush to clean your dishes. Even with your regular brushes or your silicone brushes, you need to be sanitizing them. So the easiest way is to just run them in the dishwasher. If you do also use a dishwasher or have one, if you don't have a dishwasher, another great easy option is to soak them in distilled white vinegar for about 1 to 2 hours. That will disinfect them, get them nice and clean. And if you missed it, I will have the dishwasher hacks video here. So if you want even more ideas, hacks, make sure you watch that video as well. And don't forget to go follow me on Instagram stories. I'm going to be making a little care package of all of my favorite dishwashing essentials and send it to one of you. And that giveaway will be announced on my Instagram stories sometime this week. And with all of that said, thank you as always so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.